Still not chilled my hair. The quality of this stream is just dire. It's falling. Standards used to be high. Remember when standards were high and we all expected quite a lot of me? And last stream I was just like, nah, I'm going to gel my hair at the start. I'm going to use the webcam as a mirror. And then we did that. That might become a thing now. I feel that I used to hold myself to a higher standard, and now I've become complacent. All of you are like, no, I don't remember that. I don't remember when this stream was high quality. If anything, it was just average. It's the normal stream. It's whelming. Show us your face already, Josh. You don't deserve that for the next 5 minutes. Okay, rarity, scarcity gives things value. If I just showed my face all the time, it would have no value. Tea. Got myself a cup of tea. Got a can of Cherryade, and I've got a little shaker of Gamer Sups because, I like to keep my body guessing. I like to change it up a little bit. What will I be drinking? Will it be hot? Will it be fizzy? Will it be sweet with a little bit of nootropics? Who knows? I'm just going to randomly grab a drink and throw it back. That's the crazy wild life I live. We have 5 more minutes, right? We do. We do have 5 more minutes. Good morning from the USA. Good afternoon from the UK. Coffee? Get in the bin. I remember the rhyme, but it does nothing because I live in the US. That seems like a you problem. That's really a skill issue. The rhyme is perfect. I am a man that lives on the edge. A wise man once said, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. That man, I don't know who it was, but they were very clever. I also like to live. Is Josh ready for an Air Up sponsorship? No, because instead of just smelling something nice, I like to just drink something nice. I find it's easier to just put something into the water and drink that instead. Was it Albert Einstein? He probably said that. What, no grooming today? Well, I mean, I know that I'm a YouTuber, but we don't groom all the time. Self-referential YouTuber humor there for you. Just throw it in. Some of you might be thinking, oh, that joke's a bit dark. Don't worry, I'll buy a ukulele. Get ready for my apology video. We could start. We could literally start right now. I'm just sat here. The game is playing. I'm just being pedantic and waiting for the timer to tick down. For those of you who weren't here for context, grooming was literally, I did my hair. It was male grooming. The kind that Manscaped try and sell you on all the time. I have a weird history with Manscaped because I use their products and they are quite good, but they tried to contact me for a sponsorship and it was just all types of terrible. That thing was an absolute farce. They did not appreciate my idea for an advert either. They were like, Josh, you've got to read this script. I'm like, you sure I can't just start with, if there's one thing you care about, it's a YouTuber's balls. And they didn't really seem to appreciate the angle that I was going with. I thought it would have made a great advert. 1 minute 53. We could start. Game's there. I'm here. We're all ready. Hair's not done yet. Oh, man, the quality of this stream is just going so downhill. Yeah, I would start that. The problem is, adverts are just so immediately generic and immediately recognizable. They're like, but first, a word from our sponsor. I thought, you got to add a bit of humor to it. You got to make it a little bit silly. You got to have a bit of a joke with it. But they did not. They did not appreciate the fact that I was joking around with their product. They're like, Josh, this is a very serious product. I'm like, it's literally just a razor. And it's a very good razor, don't get me wrong. But you can have a bit of a joke with it. Worse hair and your forearms are massive. Thank you. I'm trying to build up the old forearm muscles. It's how I'm doing that is none of your business. You don't need to know that. Don't ask why the right one's bigger than the left one. It's genetics. Just genetics. Don't worry about it. It's absolutely fine. Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to. But no, thank you. I am slowly getting there with the old... Nearly got a license for these, Which way to the vets, because these swans are sick. You know what they say? Oh, we've been streaming for 10 minutes. The dad jokes are already in. They're already straight in. Sorry, you're going to be second monitor content while I play some Sea of Stars. Do it. Do it. Put me on the second monitor, see what happens. Allow me to explain what happened with Manscaped. A while ago, I was doing a podcast called the Tangent Tavern with a friend of mine, a guy called Callum Upton, who also does YouTube stuff. And Manscaped contacted us and said, hey guys, can we send you some razors and stuff, and can you do a little shout out if you think the razors are good? And I'm like, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Just give us a code as well. We'll put the code on the podcast and people can get some money off it. So they sent us the razors, and fair play to them. They're pretty good. That little lawnmower kind of thing. It was decent. It was like a little wireless charging thing. I still use it. And About 2 or 3 days later, we got contacted by Manscaped saying, hey guys, a bit of an issue. Your code, your money off code that we gave you has been leaked and people are using it. And I went, okay, you're going to have to fill me in with this because I feel like, to me, it feels like people using a code is kind of the point. That's kind of the end goal. That's like the purpose. If we follow the path from being given a code to the code being used, I don't see any issue with this path. I was expecting it to get there. And they were like, oh, no, not quite like that. What's happened is it's been leaked to one of those money off sites, you know, where you search, is there a code for this item? And then it searches through all the internet active codes and it finds yours and uses it. So we don't actually know if the traffic is coming from your podcast or if the traffic is coming from people searching for a code and it finding yours. And I'm like, right, that very much sounds like an issue that you should have solved as the company that makes this before you come to me. Like, I feel for you, don't get me wrong, but that's also not my problem or fault. So they said, okay, it's absolutely fine. Can we just, instead, can you do another advert for us? And I went, oh, no, that's not how this works. And they went, oh, okay, cool, we'll contact you. And they never did. So my experience with Manscaped's products, actually very good. Interacting with streamers in general, a couple of issues. Right. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. I'll always be honest with you guys with products and stuff. My favorite ever sponsorship that reached out to me was Mad Catz. You know, those guys that make the controllers for Player 2 from when you were a kid? Because their email opened with, all right, Josh, you make second monitor content, we make controllers for second players. Let's do this. And I thought, that's at least very self-aware. You know? Fair play. That is entirely self-referential. I get where they're coming from with that. And I spoke to them for a bit, and you know what? They were decent. They were nice people. Ultimately, I said no, because they had no products that I thought would appeal to me. But I respect it. They knew where they stood. They knew where I stood. Did it.